stop us. And that's the old paradigm. Now, after the break, I'm going to show you how that paradigm is formed and how we can change it. Yet it's just like magic. And when you do, your whole life changes. Everything in your life changes. Just no question about it. Now, you've got the one side that wants you to grow and the other side that doesn't want you to grow. The old paradigm does not want you to grow. Anyone that has smoked and quit smoking, I used to smoke. I quit years ago. But I remember it wasn't an easy thing to do. It was not. Why? Because it was a habit. Habits are not easy to get rid of. Habits are ideas that are fixed in here that control us. Many of you have gone on diets. You want to lose weight. I'll just toss something in for your benefit. When you lose something, you're programmed to do what? To look for it. Get rid of the idea of losing weight. Release it. Release it. See yourself at your perfect weight, looking good and feeling great. Your whole life is controlled by images. Get the image of the body that you want to live in, of the world you want. Quit trying to lose weight. Just release it and see yourself the way you want to be. Now, goals determine which side wins. The goal must be something you really want. Towards the end of the program today, I'm going to show you the difference between going after what you know you can do, what you think you can do, and what you want. And I'm going to show you why most people never go after what they want. And I'll also show you how to change it, because it's pretty beautiful. Now, at each new level, as we move ahead, every time we move ahead, our conditions, our circumstance, and environment change. As they change, you have to adapt to the change. That gives you the ability then to see the next step of action that's necessary. We'll graphically communicate that a little clearer a little later on. Okay? So here we go. We're moving up. Each time we move to a higher level, the results improve. And it just keeps getting better and better and better. And that's the way life should work. And it can work. Now, you and I think in pictures. We think in pictures. Okay? You don't think B-O-A-T. You don't think G-E-A-R. You don't think F-B-A-T-H or B-I-R-D. You think in pictures. You think in pictures. Now, it's the mind we're talking about. I want you to tell me what your mind looks like. What's your refrigerator look like, John? What color is it? White. White. 2 doors? Yes. Top and bottom? Yes. Which way do they open? To right to left or left to the right? Left to right. Now, you were mentally in your kitchen looking at your refrigerator, weren't you? What's your car look like? White? You like white, do you? What's the interior?
Charcoal gray.
Charcoal gray. 2-door, 4-door? 5 doors. Okay. You've got the picture of that in here, haven't you? Tell me what your mind looks like. Gray mush. Now you're doing what probably a lot of people are doing. How many saw the brain when I asked you to think of the mind? Hold up your hand if you did. See, there's a whole lot of people doing the same thing. But your brain is not your mind, John. And your brain is not your mind. Your brain is an electronic switching station that enables you, by using certain cells in your brain, to alter the vibration that this body's in. The brain is an electronic switching station. No one has ever seen the mind, and that is why most people have such great problem. Because we think in picture. Now, when there's no picture, John, there's confusion. If there's confusion inside, you can make book on the fact there's going to be confusion outside. As we bring the picture to our mind, we bring order to our mind. What did Solomon say? Where there is no vision, the people will perish. Where there's no vision, there's no order. Where there's no order, there's no growth. Well, when you come back, I'm going to give you a picture to work with. And that is what changed my life as much as anything. As I started to see how to work with my conscious and subconscious. Do you know certain things about your subconscious mind? Because you've read about them, you've heard about them, you listened to it on tape. But without a picture, it's just words. You see, when I asked you to think of your car, John, I activated vocal cords. I made a sound. It's called language or words. It was actually a light message. Your hearing sense picked up that light message. It was rifle fired down a nerve passageway in your body. It struck a group of cells in your brain that sound resonated with, all electrical. Those cells increased in amplitude of vibration, and the picture that was in them flashed on the screen of the mind, and you saw the white car and the charcoal gray interior. When I asked you to think of your refrigerator, light message struck those cells in your brain, the picture come on the screen of the mind. When I asked you to think of your mind, you saw your brain. And yet your brain isn't your mind. Your brain is in your fingernail. It's in your kneecap. And you know something? You'll never enjoy health if you're not able to get a picture of the mind. You'll never enjoy health. Because good health is when a body is in a good vibration. It vibrates in harmony with God's laws. Most doctors do not understand this. We have taught this to a lot of doctors, and it changes their practice like night and day. It'll change your communications. If you're in sales and you don't understand the law, you're on a hit-and-miss basis, and it'll probably be more miss than hit. When you understand the law of vibration, you're going to understand that you're transmitting through the medium of the molecule pictures into the other person's mind. And you want to put pictures in their mind that are favorable to them if you want them to be favorable to you. All right. I want you to think now of what we're talking about here, about pictures, about thinking in pictures. If you're going to rearrange the furniture in your room, you get the picture of where you want things, and then you move the furniture there. Everything we do it in our mind first. When we don't have a picture, we have confusion. If you try and get two pictures in your mind at the same time, you're in a confused state. So, when we start thinking about ourselves and we realize we're spiritual beings, we live in a physical body, we have an intellect, that becomes a bit of a problem. How do you see that? How do you get all that? And it becomes too confusing, so we stop thinking about it. Now, this is what I call a magical graphic. This is the genie. This picture, or this drawing, was made by a Dr. Thurman Fleet in San Antonio, Texas, back around 1934. He realized, if we take this back a bit, that most of the healing arts dealt with the physical. If you're treating the physical, you're treating a symptom. You're not treating the cause of the problem. A lot of people are into holistic healing today. That's heal the whole person. And he knew that they had to be healed spiritually, intellectually, and physically. And he knew that there was a problem because of thinking in pictures, and that's when he came up with this concept of the mind. Now, when this was first explained to me, it took me a while to really grasp it, because I was getting it confused, different things. So if you look on the inside of the sheet that we give you, you'll see the drawing there, and we'll fill in some of the blanks for you. I let this drawing represent me. If I think of me, I think of this drawing. If I think of the drawing, I think of me. I see my head as my mind and everything else, the neck down from the body. Now, I'm well aware that that's not the way the mind is. Mind is movement. Body's the manifestation of that movement. But since we think in pictures, this is an excellent one. I see the top half of my head as my conscious mind. The bottom half is the subconscious, and of course, the body's the body. Now, it's the mind that controls the body. The body is like a dumb terminal. It will do whatever the mind tells it to do. It can only do what the mind tells it to do. When there's something wrong in the body, you can rest assured there's something wrong in the mind. When you see a rash break out in the body, and we say it's an allergy, you know that there's a problem in the subconscious mind that's expressing itself. All right? It's a fixed concept, and it can be altered. I always say dermatology is the best form of medicine to go into because your patient rarely dies and they never get better. All right? So you just keep saying, try this and come on back for more. Now, the conscious mind is your thinking mind. This is the part of you that you have the ability to think with. Your subconscious is your emotional mind. Your emotions are controlled by the thoughts that you entertain. You choose your thoughts and you think in pictures. You impress the thought upon your subconscious, And that causes you to feel the way you feel. Now, actually, the feeling is conscious awareness of vibration that the body's in. Because whatever is impressed upon the subconscious controls the vibratory rate of the body. The body moves into action, and your actions produce your results. Now, just